This is Pear Shaped in Dystopia. On a Wednesday night at 8:30. Once a month. Yes, it's Pear Shaped, and we hope you'll come to see us and don't be late. Pear Shaped is just a fiver to come in, and we hope you'll be coming back again to Pear Shaped in Dystopia. On a Wednesday night at 8:30.
Hello, this is Alexander Meerkat. As you can see, I am still not allowed on the television because of Vladimir Putin. So I am here. Mr. Anthony has said that we can live here because Boris Johnson offers us £350 for refugee looking after for spare room. So we live with Anthony. Sorry, an error has occurred. Hold on. Yes, but things are not good. I am comparing the jobmarket.com. Here is the only job that I can find for the meerkat. It is glamping host at Chessington World of Adventures. This is not good. No. And look, $9.50 an hour, $8.48, that is beneath the minimum wage. This is wrong. Let us see what else we can find on comparethejobmarket.com for the meerkat. You put in meerkat and see what jobs there are for me. Because when Boris Johnson stops his £350 a month, Anthony tells me I am out on my ear. Hold on. Let us try. This is meerkat jobs on Indeed. Let us try monster jobs. Here we have seasonal animal keeper. But as you can see, there is much discrimination. Here it says that we are a keeper of animal predators. I am a predator. It cannot work where we are to disguise as a predator just because we have claws. No, this is wrong. Let us try this site. See, total jobs. There must be jobs for meerkats on total jobs. But no, look, there are jobs for people advertising meerkats. Even though the meerkats are unemployed, there are jobs for marketing people to work out what to do with the meerkats. This is wrong. Give us our jobs back. We need this work. This is Alexander Meerkat for comparethejobmarket.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Meerkat. Alexander is making an unscheduled appearance here because it's actually barred from and according to Boris, there's no cats like meerkats. There are no cats I know. Everything about the mother Russian. And there's another thing that rhymes it. And then it just stops. La 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 la. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pear Shaped in Dystopia. The world has gone fucking mad, and we're here to make it even worse. That's what we're doing.
Well, they says it, so that's why we're in dystopia.
Yeah. That's it.
You can't be in dystopia if you're happy, and that's utopia, not dystopia.
No, we were actually doing this originally to cheer people up, but to be honest, I'll fucking give up. I think I'm wasting my time.
Now we're just doing it to vent and make people miserable.
Just sort of rant and make noise.
Just to let people know they're not alone in their misery.
You are not alone. Who was that? It was James O'Brien was talking to somebody on radio, and he said. He said, I suffer from agoraphobia. And James said, you're not alone. He said, I am. that actually happened.
Yeah, that's a real...
I've got loads of hilarious stories like
anecdotes.
that. Loads of them.
Anecdotes.
Yeah, anecdotes, yeah. 2 anecdotes walked into a pub.
And I couldn't think of anything to say.
Yeah. La 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 la. So
are we introducing the staff or are we we singing a song?
We should introduce the staff, yes. I think that's a good idea. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Brian, and this is Krysstal, my glamorous assistant, who is responsible for everything that goes wrong. Aren't you?
Yeah.
And you're, not only that, you're proud of it. You're thinking of joining the Tory party.
No, certainly not.
You've done a good job of bringing over the refugees. They're all living over here now with in millionaires' houses.
How many
well
visas
done.
were issued today? 2.
There was this lady phoned in. She said, "I've got good news," and he said, "Don't be so silly." She said, "I've got good news. We got our visas." We got our visas, and you know why? It's because they were a day late in in registering, and all the people who registered on the first day, all the millions of people who registered, they've lost the information. So that's all right. But this lady said, and she said the reason we got the visa, we think it's got something to do with the fact that the mother that we're talking about and her child, the mother and I, she said, we've got 5 degrees between us. All the others
So
are
they
just
managed to
fucking
work it
doctors
out.
and nurses and MPs. They haven't got a fucking clue what to do. But these 2 women, they sorted it out. Isn't it good? Someone's actually got... And the glory of it was they got these visas, and on the paper that goes with the visas was a picture of Priti Patel and Michael Gove saying, "Welcome to England."
God, you want to send the visa back, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Fuck me.
yeah. What colour are the visas? I wonder what colour they are.
Oh, red, white, and blue, probably.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, yeah, we were meant to be
we're
introducing the
yeah,
staff.
we're introducing
I got
the
them on the
staff.
screen and then we ignored them.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, on the lower section, now he should be up there because he higher status than Al. Al is on the top right hand, he's on
Well,
the
I
right.
don't think I can change
And
people.
Anthony is down there, like it doesn't matter.
Right,
It's Al who doesn't matter. Right? There we go. Yeah, one at a time. See, the class system is alive and well.
In dystopia.
In dystopia. Ladies and gentlemen, on the top, on stage right, ladies and gentlemen, stage right, top corner is Mr. Anthony Miller, General Manager, and
That's actually stage left. It's on the right here, but it's actually stage left.
okay, yeah, we're stage left. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because the stage is when you're facing out to the audience.
Oh God, you keep worrying about details all the time.
Well, if
No,
you're going to make
just
a statement, you have to make
pretend
it true.
I'm Boris. It won't matter what the fuck I say. And I can say what I
Just
want.
apologise every 5 minutes and it's
Yeah.
all right.
No, he doesn't apologise.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he
Dreadfully
doesn't.
sorry.
He says things like, "I'd like to apologise."
No,
And then he
does
talks
say,
a load
"I'm
of
sorry-
bollocks.
I'm sorry if, he says, I'm sorry if.
That doesn't mean this. I'm sorry if you're expecting an apology. So, and that's exactly how I feel. Ladies and gentlemen, stage left, or on my right, up the top there, Anthony Miller, ladies and gentlemen. He's the only one of us with a degree, isn't he? You've got a degree, Anthony,
I've got a degree.
in
I've got a
fucking
degree.
Actually, that's well done.
neuroscience and.
Al's got a degree.
Well, yeah,
Have
I
you?
got my degree in the
A degree?
It was a sort of government.
Hang on.
It got the dole.
Say that again. Al keeps
I've got a
speaking.
degree. I've got a degree in fine art
Have you?
from Russell Group University. Yeah.
You call that a degree? What,
That's
a
fucking
degree?
degree,
Fucking, did you get a golden crayon at the end of it?
You got a part paint, didn't you?
What, a degree in doodling?
In fucking fine art, mate. In history of art, that felt fucking 9 yards, mate.
And so that's why you paint houses, is it?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, that degree has
Overqualified, that's
certainly
my
come
trouble,
in handy.
Overqualified.
All right. So we have got the 2 degrees.
Yeah.
And I've got an advanced diploma.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck me. I've almost got an 11 plus. Almost.
I did
well,
really well in my 11 plus.
Did you?
The rest of the stuff I didn't.
I was in Ireland. I passed the equivalent of the 11 plus. It was written in Gaelic, which I'm afraid I've lost most of the language. Yeah, so, look, let's just introduce the ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Miller, up there. Down below, where he belongs with his fucking fine art degree, Al Mandolino. Yeah, Al Mandolino. There we go. Yep. And so these are the management, and we have some entertainers for you, which we will tell you about as we stumble across them.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, a friend of ours, marvellous man, the one and only Robert White.
I drink and sleep the whole day through. To drink and eat and fart and sleep is really all I do. To isolate, there ain't no riddle, just eat the fridge and then get pickled on your own in a flat, getting fat, talking to a chair that answers back. Hi-ho, I'm not off to work, where did my life go? I won't be sober till it's over, possibly September, probably October, November. Hi-ho! Hi-ho!
Oh no! Mr. Robert White there, in his tuneful and soulful recreation of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was in some controversy recently because I believe somebody complained that the dwarves were not right in some way. They're not politically correct. I don't know how this is, but I remember my mother complaining that she went to see Snow White as a child, and at the end she was really upset because Snow White just tells the dwarves, "Well, you've done your bit, now you can go," which was a bit cruel, really. It's like, well, I used you, got what you wanted, and got what I wanted, and you can go now. It's a bit like that. Sorry, that's a bit of a tangent. Like when we were discussing degrees, because everybody has a degree now. My managing agent for the flats has a degree, and all his staff have degrees. They don't do anything. They don't answer letters. They don't respond to emails. They don't fix anything. They don't do any plumbing. They don't actually mend anything. They don't even do the Section 20 works themselves because they've tried to subcontract that to somebody else who does nothing. But they always put their qualifications at the end, and I think that's where we've been going wrong with Pear Shape. If we said Anthony Miller, BSc, you'd be impressed, wouldn't you? You'd think that someone really knew what they were doing. And I do know what I'm doing. I've been on courses. Like recently I went on a circus skills course. It hasn't made me any better at stand-up, but I'm hoping that if I ever do Edinburgh, I'll be good at juggling credit cards. So that's a joke, of which we'll be attempting to do some more during the evening, because that's very much the point of the exercise. Otherwise, it's me and my personality, as you probably ascertained, that wouldn't get us very far. So here we are. This is what I believe is now called cheeky, which is what you call everything that's shit. I'm having a cheeky pint or a cheeky smoke. I've recently invented the cheeky electric shock, where people who use the word cheeky in inadvertent places that are annoying in sentences will have their genitals connected to an electric plant. So when they say the word cheeky, they will be electrocuted and have a cheeky electric shock. I'm not sure if this will take off, but it is my plan for a better society. You've got to have a plan. Like BBC, for example, BBC have a thing called Newsday, which is their plan for the late evening news on the news channel, where instead of broadcasting from London, they broadcast from Singapore. And they've never told us anything about Singapore in this broadcast. I don't know what happens in Singapore. I don't know why the BBC has a studio in Singapore, but they do. So BBC comes from Singapore at 11:30 at night for no apparent reason whatsoever. Good. So there we are. That's what we're doing. We're sort of coming across the internet for no apparent reason whatsoever. But we may as well be in Croydon and they may as well be in Singapore. So I think that's a link, because that's my job here, to link the acts together, because otherwise there would be just an awkwardness between them. And I've managed to replace that with more awkwardness. So I think it's time for the next act, so we could have some love and appreciation, although I can't hear anyone even now. Normally I can hear Al. Can I have some love and appreciation for the next act, which is the wonderful Pat and Matt.
Hi, Sean.
Catherine, hello, and hey fans, why not spend the evening sipping a delicious super malt? Malty. Welcome to 2 Minutes of Pat and Math.
Sean?
Yes?
10 Commandments.
Yeah?
Too many or not enough?
Oh, yeah. Too many, for sure. Now, I met someone at university, because I've studied, Catherine, I've seen the sites. And he used to say, if you want to be happy, smoke ganja.
He's not wrong.
He was wrong. He was a moron. But I think there's a kernel of truth there, which is basically, we don't need all these commandments. The two big ones that we need in this day and age are basically, guys, just chillax. And also, no parking on the curb outside the council offices.
Yeah.
And I think those two, that's enough for modern society.
Very poignant, actually.
I like to keep it simple.
Yeah.
What's your view?
See, I don't think there's enough. I think they should just keep going with them. Because I need telling what to do. I need direction in my life. Why did they not just keep going?
How many? We've got some examples.
I mean, they could go to 100. The 100 1,000. Why not?
Okay. Well, what ones are missing? Tell us. Tell us.
Thou shalt have ice cream on Fridays. Thou shalt be entitled to a studio apartment in Kilburn. Thou shalt not get a woman pregnant against her will when you're an ethereal being, and then make her give birth in a fucking barn. Thou shalt only communicate through burning bushes, etc.
Lot to think about there, Catherine.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was Pat and Math. May God forgive them.
It's all right, doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Are we doing something else, or are we just forgetting?
Well, we should do something else, shouldn't we? We've got fucking 2 minutes to play with. Yeah, we have.
Right, well, we've got a couple of songs we can do.
Have we?
Me and my dog are off as nice.
All right. Which one would you like?
Well, half as nice is the same tempo as you said.
Yeah.
As the one we've just done.
Right. So let's do that then.
So.
Do you want to go dogging?
What?
Do you want to go dogging?
Where?
Dogging
Dogging.
Yeah.
Is that near barking?
Yeah.
Nah, it's rough. Rough. Fucking rough. He loves me, he needs me, he comes when I call. My girlfriend, she hates me, she won't come.
It's time to put the next act on, right?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce you to a man from up north. A man, a plumber to the stars, ladies and gentlemen. Plumber to the stars. He hasn't been anywhere near our plumbing, but he is plumber to the stars.
We could do with him.
Yes. And his name, ladies and gentlemen, is Dickie Dido. Thank you.
There we go. Here we go. We're live in the house. Well, my house, don't want to get weird. Hey, do you know what? It's lovely again to be on what is it called again? Pear-shaped in utopia, dystopia. We get it right in the end eventually. Hey, no, it's lovely to be on here with Krysstal Tits and Brain. Thanks for having me on. And this week, I thought, well, I say this month, I don't know how many times this is on now, but anyway, I want to talk to you about paedophilia. Now, you probably think to yourself, hey, don't worry, don't be talking about things like that because you're going to get yourself cancelled. You're going to get yourself cancelled if you talk about things like that, and you'll ruin your career. And all I've got to say that is, what fucking career? So, there's that. No, but, a friend of mine, he said to me, he said, Dickie, he said, do you remember Fred Talbot? Fred Talbot, the weatherman from this morning. Do you remember him when he used to be jumping around on his island doing the weather? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Well, my friend said to me, he said, you know what? He said, he really did put paedophilia on the map, didn't he? He did.
You're kidding.
What else? Oh, hey, and and also he said he's got a strange mind. And also he said to me, he said, well, if two paedophiles get married, is that what's known as a Savile partnership? We don't know, but it's curious, isn't it, minds? Of course, they knew. Some people already knew about Savile. There's some big giveaways, especially on top of the pops. What was going on there, pop pickers? Hey, well, I'll tell you what was going on. They knew. And I'll tell you why they knew. Because, they should have known as soon as he introduced cream to the small faces. I mean, it was a giveaway, wasn't it? Ladies in trouser pants. That's all I've got. I've got nothing else. But, do you know what? I've had a wonderful week. Also, talking about education, I have got a PhD. I've got a PhD, paper hanging decorating. So if anybody wants me to come round, do the decorating, because I can do the plumbering as well, ladies in trousers. A very good plumber. Been plumbering now for 25 years for the rich and famous. The stars out there, all those stars, all those gags I've used before 100 times. They're all there. They're all in the hat. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. He had a problem, leak in his house, and he said, can you come round and fix the leak in my house? I said, not a problem, Frankie. He said, but listen, if you're too busy, I'll do it myself. I said, no, Frankie. I said, relax. Don't do it. I'll come. Don't you worry about that, Elton. Sorry, no, that's the other fellow, isn't it? Hey, Elton John. He's gay, isn't he? Openly, thankfully. But back in the day, he hid it, didn't he? Hid it well, because he married his bird. Can't remember the name. But anyway, it's all out in the open now. But I'm good friends with Elton. Good friends with that. He loves Dickie. Oh, Christ, he does. Yeah. And he had a leak in the bathroom. I went in and slipped right over on my bottom. Elton said, I'm still standing. I said, they're all like that. All the jokes. They're all there. All you have to do is look and see. You see them coming a mile off. Oh, dear. Have I done 5 minutes yet? It feels like I have. Well, no, I'll keep rambling on. I'll keep rambling on about things. But COVID, I got through that now. Nobody wants to hear anybody talking about COVID. But we got through it, didn't we? Got through it. I went down and had me prick in my arm. You know what I mean? I'm not too sure now because it was supposed to be that monkey vaccine. Because I keep my eyes on the news. So it didn't do me any harm. Not at all. Not of it at all. And then, of course, we got, what else have we got going on? That's it. Different strains now of COVID. And it's all shit. And I'm not going to have another vaccine. They can stick it up their own arses next time. I'm not having it. No more vaccines for me. I'll have the flu vaccine when it's time. You know, when you get to that time of life and you think to yourself, I'm going to die soon. I better have a flu vaccine. And maybe I'll have the COVID vaccine as well. I don't know. I've not decided. Someone mentioned the circus before. Not too sure. Maybe it was Mr. Miller. Yeah, Mr. Miller. I've never seen so many big foreheads on one show. Have you? Anyway, don't worry. Listen, I was in a circus many moons ago, And I'm just stealing jokes now. And I didn't have an act. But they kept me on the circus because I was the only one who could get the tent back in the bag. Mick Miller joke there, ladies and trousers. Or Ken Dodd. Nobody knows. It's either Mick Miller's joke or Ken's. I've had them do both. But of course, Ken's not with us anymore, is he? But Mick is. He's God bless his forehead. Yeah. The best Mick Miller joke I ever heard back in the day on the comedians. Do you remember the comedians, ladies and trousers? If you're a certain age, you'll remember with all those stars. They all used to share jokes. They did, you know. You all used to share jokes. And Mick Miller, because he was the one with the bald head and the hair on the side, he's still like that now. And he was sat in the house and there was a knock on the door and the son answered the door. And he said, Dad, he said, there's a spot at the door, the bald head. He said, tell him I've already got one.
Hey.
That's Mick Miller there, ladies and trousers. Tributes all round. So anyway, love and peace and love. You all be good. I love you all. Thanks, Pear Shape. Thanks, Brain. Thanks, Krysstal. Thanks, Al Marino. He's London's answer to Cat Stevens. Anyway, enjoy your show. It's been lovely. We'll chat later, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. There we go. I'm tired. Anyone tired?
Dickie Dido there. Brilliant bald jokes. It's a good job this isn't the Oscars. That's why I do it online. Because, it's soul-crushing. Being suffering with alopecia. I mean, I didn't realise it was soul-crushing without suffering with alopecia. This is something that I've only just recently discovered watching the Oscars after 20 years. You can't. But apparently it is. So we're very. This is why we have to keep it a safe distance so that nobody gets hurt. Good. So I think it is that. This is a very grainy picture, isn't it? BT said they're giving free fibre.
Less grainy now.
That's better,
Yeah. BT said they'd give me free fibre, but you know how it is. Haven't had any all brown yet. Yes, so now it's time for Mr. Al Mandolino to play us a tune.
Yes.
And
Right, yes.
Music that is copyright free.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Anthony. Yes. So I'd just like to recap a bit before I get stuck in this week, because a couple of months ago we were a day late for Burns Night, and we'd missed the party in Leonard's car park. And last month we were a day late for Pancake Night, and we had Janice on board, didn't we? A stellar appearance from Janice Joplin. But this month, we're actually a week early. So they've been getting ready for the party because it's Easter coming up in a week's time, isn't it? And we've got a special guest with us this month. We've got our very own Easter Bunny. Wow, hey. This is Frank from the film Donnie Darko, yeah? Have we all seen the film Donnie Darko?
No.
No, this is Frank the Bunny, yeah. Frank's fantastic, isn't he, eh? So, yeah. So, without any further ado, let's check out and see what's happening in the car park, shall we? Yeah, see what's happening in Leonard's car park. Don't startle Frank, yeah, okay? Oh, something's changed there. I can't see Leonard. There seems to be a post where Leonard was. What do you think of that, Frank? Well, somebody has found their teeth. Because here's Leonard. Hey, how about that, eh? And he's got his little trilby as well. He's got a really funky hat, yeah. So we've got Leonard and we've got Frank. Fab, yeah. And Leonard's... What are you going to do, Leonard? He's going to do a knock-knock joke. That's what Leonard's going to do, yeah. So, are we ready for Leonard's knock-knock joke?
Yeah, we're ready.
Hey, right, okay. We're going to take it away, Leonard. 3, 4. Knock, knock. Who's there? Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny who, Leonard? Easter Bunny with bells on. Easter Bunny with bells on who, Leonard? Easter Bunny with bells on hair. Easter Bunny with bells on hair who? Hare Krishna. Oh, what? How about that, eh? So, that was Leonard's really woke joke. How about that, eh?
Oh, lovely. That was fantastic.
Great, eh? It's a good job Janice isn't here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she
it's
would
nice
have
to see
thought of that, yeah.
It's nice to see your fine art.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, wait.
I know. Oh, shit, yes. Well, oh, God, here she is. Motherfucker! It's Janice, yeah. Fucking hell, right? These two, Janice and Leonard, had a thing together in the Chelsea Hotel about 50 years ago, didn't you? Yeah, fuck you! So, what are you two doing now? What? I'm going back to the car park! I'm going dogging! Fuck you! Ah! Well, how about that, Frank? Far out. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sorry, I thought I did a false ending for you. I thought you'd finished, and then
yeah.
Janice came. It's nice to see your fine arts degree hasn't gone to waste. Anyway.
Well, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. If credit where credit's due, please, yeah. I spent all weekend making Frank here, yeah.
if you carry on the way you're going to make nervous breakdowns a popular event
Pastime.
for most people. So,
Nom 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 nom.
yeah. It's
So did you get all of that then? Did you cut that off halfway through? Shall I do it again?
I didn't cut it off. Just went. I did no.
please don't.
we don't
No.
need to
Shall I
I just
start
thought
again?
you'd finished, so I.
Well, I got to set all
thought
there's
you'd
Leonard.
finished,
Come
so
on, we've got
I-
Leonard
for
back.
fuck's
Yeah.
sake. Shut up. I
Fucking
thought
Leonard.
we'd finished, so I went to the three on the screen, but then I went back
right,
to your main
okay,
screen. So
right,
we
yeah.
didn't lose anything. We just changed screen types.
You realise that, like the Conservatives, we have the power to mute your opinion.
Right, yes, yeah.
It's gone quiet.
Well,
now.
Frank's been mute.
You didn't need to
Frank's
mute them,
always
you
been
just
mute.
Yeah. Sorry, I
Okay,
meant to say
all right,
clicking.
Leonard. Okay, as you were. Right. Shall we keep,
Thank you
we'll
very
keep
much,
Frank here,
Leonard.
though, yeah?
And
We'll keep Frank here, yeah.
yeah,
Frank's
you might as
great.
well. It's all right. Well, to be honest, I'm speechless. So I think we should hear from the two biddies up in Edinburgh.
The car is getting fogged up, so we're getting an even better view
That's
of
lovely.
the
isn't it?
inside of the
A bit
car.
of fog.
Bit of fog, bit of mist, bit of rain.
It's very bitter, isn't it?
It's a bit of this,
bit
a
of
bit of
this.
that,
And a bit of the other.
and a bit of, yes. Oh, I don't
bit
want a
of
bit of
the
the other,
No.
because I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh well, that's a good
So you
reason.
don't
then
want
to
any
stay away
others.
from it, isn't it?
That's right.
You want to stay away from the old tits, cow
Yes,
tits.
cow tits.
They're
Well, any
Jesus.
sort of tits, really.
When I see a cow, I say to people standing next, I say, will you look at the tits on that? Huh? Will you look at the tits
The
on
teats.
the tits?
The
And I say,
teats.
you couldn't walk around with all them nipples hanging off of you, could you?
No.
And I say, well, it would depend whether I was a man or a woman at the time.
Or a
If I
cow.
was a man, I'd probably be quite interested in having tits hanging off of me.
Would you?
Yes, but women are far more sensible, aren't they? It's because there's
Yes, I
far more of
expect so.
them. There's far more women than there are of men. That's because
Not that
women are
many
biased.
more.
They don't like having little boys. Then when they get
Oh,
pregnant.
you've lost me now because I'm You've gone too far away from anything that I can understand now.
Yes. Well, I'm.
Stop talking about babies and men and women, and dogs and cats. Now you just lost me.
I'm sorry about that. I'm a bit of an intellectual. I don't know the strength of my own brain.
No, you don't.
No.
You've just crushed my what little I had.
Well, it's a good job I didn't shake your hand with it.
Yes, it's true.
Yes.
Well, we've been up all night.
We have.
And we've done a gig in Northampton.
Yeah, we have. And we drove all the way
here to sit in the rain.
To sit in the sunshine.
At Portobello.
Yes. Isn't it fantastic?
Well, it's exactly what we expected. I mean, we haven't been disappointed in that respect because we really, really thought that it would be raining, and it really, really is raining.
I guess because we were really, really right.
We were.
Right, yes.
When you're right, you can't be disappointed with that, can you?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with being right.
No.
And there's nothing right with being wrong. But there's nothing wrong with you can be right all the time and it'll never cause you a problem.
Yes.
But be wrong once and they'll never let you fucking forget it.
Well, there we are. That was the two biddies who've never forgotten being wrong. You can't be too intelligent all the time. You've got to have a strategy. I went for a job interview recently and I didn't get it because I think I answered the question wrong. They said to me, they said, "Who is your hero?" And I said, "Scooby-Doo." I think that was the wrong answer. And so they said, "Well, why Scooby-Doo?" And I said, "Well, because Scooby-Doo's not actually that intelligent, but he surrounds himself with intelligent people who solve problems for him. And that's how I see my role in your company." Because you've got to have friends, that's the secret of success in life. Like Mr. Zelensky is always out for friends because it's very difficult for him because there's NATO and NATO has this thing where if you attack one country, they all come together. So it's like the Three Musketeers, all for one and one for all. But I've worked out that Zelensky is D'Artagnan. So he's the one that gets told to piss off all the time. He wants to join, but they're like, "Yes, but we can't. We are Musketeers, and you're the other one." Yes, I think Boris might be Athos, the one who's drunk all the time and has lots of women problems, and Biden's probably Aramis, the sort of philosopher, religious one. I don't know who Porthos is. Probably Crum. Anyway, so there we are. That's the intellectual joke that's not funny. We'll go back to Scooby-Doo. I think it's time for the next act, who, according to the running order, I think will be Mr. Cole Parker from America.
Thank you very much. Oh, that was so lovely. That little unrequested folk compliment. Thanks very much. By the way, fine art. The word fine normally means good, as in fine dining means good. Fine art? Is it fine art? All right, if it's fine art, fair enough. Okay, Anthony, before we start, your fucking hair. I've noticed, after 55 you have left, looks like someone's been rubbing a balloon against your fella. They're all standing up like a mad thing, like your Andy Zaltzman's angrier brother. Please fix, my friend. It's distracting. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in Mexico right now. I signed off a cruise ship yesterday, and I travelled all day yesterday from Mexico back home. So I've got nothing prepared. So I was worried that I was going to be completely shit because I've got nothing prepared. But then I watched the rest of the show, and I thought, you know what? I don't think anyone's going to fucking notice. I think I'll be fine. So I'm as shit as I like. It's totally good. Right. True. So yesterday, travelled back. Now, a lot of comedians want to get work on cruise ships, right? And they see it as like fun and exotic. And I'm sure if you don't get, if work's at a trickle, it can be something you want. But it's one of those kind of things that once you're doing it a lot, it becomes like a fucking burden. It's really difficult. Like, for example, traveling back yesterday was fine at a chaotic airport in Puerto Vallarta. Everything was going fine. I'm carrying 2 heavy bags. I've got a tripod, the one I'm looking at right now. I've got another bag. I've got a leather jacket on my shoulder. I have to go for a pre-flight piss at my gate, and I watched in slow motion. I have to do nothing about it, otherwise I would have dropped all my items as my leather jacket slid down my shoulder into quite a deep puddle of cocktail traveller's piss, which I've then got to pick up and take on the fucking plane. I know this isn't funny. I'm just telling you about my fucking day. All right, that's where we are now. My comedy. You're going to hear about my day. On the ship, we still have to wear the masks. Crew have to wear masks. Passengers don't. They can do whatever they want. We have to wear masks, which can be tricky because they serve Indian food on cruise ships, which I enjoy. I like Indian food. And so, like, a couple of nights ago, I had 2 big plates of jalfrezi chicken, very strong, proper Indian chefs on board we have. Then I had 2 plates of this food. I put my mask back on. I walked to the elevator. And I got to the elevator. I burped inside my own mask. I nearly fucking passed out. So... yeah, these are cruise ship jokes. You're getting a fucking cruise ship set, all right? This is what's happening right now, basically. No, that's what's happening, right? Seriously. No one's touched Will Smith yet. Maybe I can go for Will. No one's gone near Will yet, have they? That's recent, isn't it? That's happened in between the last show, isn't it? Poor Will Smith, the freshest, coolest man in the world, losing his cool in front of a global audience of 1 billion. The man who portrayed Muhammad Ali, finishing with, like, such a lady slap. Me. It's really thinking, like, I was expecting more, wasn't you? It was like punch through your fucking target. You know what I mean? But even so, what a boundary. This is a man who's in an open marriage. Like, it's known knowledge that Jada Pinkett Smith, she very friendly lady, and like Will's quite accommodating. So what a strange boundary that, you know, you're going to have sex with my wife, but don't mark her hair. And yeah, Will used to be a comedian. He He was in comedy clubs. You think he'd understand the nature of a joke. People said, well, he's being roasted. It's the Oscars. It's like being a comedy gig. No. Comedy gig would have been much worse. At the Oscars, what was the joke? It was something shit like, oh, your wife's going to be in the sequel of G.I. Jane. Ha ha ha, because she fooled and the character's fooled. That's funny. If he was at a comedy club, it would have been fucking savage. Hey, Will. I hear that every time that August Alsina fucks your wife, she gives him a lock of her hair. Is that true? That's actually much better than you 2 viewers are giving. But fuck the pair of you, I don't care. I couldn't believe they were... I've got more, haven't it?
I've got a joke. No, it's a knock-knock joke. Knock-knock.
Go on, let's hear it. Who's there?
Knock-knock.
Oh,
Hello.
Look, I want to show
you.
You're
supposed to say hello who? Hello who?
It's been a long time since I've heard a knock joke.
Hello, Preacher.
Hey! Wow. I only get 5 fucking minutes. We take up a minute.
You keep going.
Right. So in Mexico, right, they've got this prescription drug system where basically you don't need a prescription. You can just walk in and go, yeah, right? This is Xanax, right? Seriously, right? You can get whatever the fuck you want. That's why a load of Americans go down because it costs so much. I'm not joking. These are actually, this is 1,000 milligram cannabis, but I bought these in LA, right? Let me show you these. Okay. So these are soft gels. So if I pour these out, if you can see those.
Are they
right,
gummies?
No, these aren't gummies. You can get, there's a whole different type of gummies. These more look like those kind of vitamin E sort of like caplets you get for your hair and stuff like that, or biotin. No smells, no scent. Really good for smuggling. But you can walk into like any kind of chemist. You can, like, for example, here's codeine, here's Xanax, right? And just buy whatever the fuck you want, right? Anything. I got a migraine when I was in Cabo San Lucas last week, and I went into La Farmacia. I said, excuse me, have you got something for a headache, please? And this lady went, yes. We have paracetamol. And I went, got anything a bit stronger? She went, yes. We have fentanyl. I went, You see, what you've offered me there is either something that'll do nothing at all or death. You see, we got something in the middle of that. Here we go in the middle, please. That works better in the States because they know what fentanyl is. This is one of those cultural jokes. See, what a weird thing. Look at that, playing too many American audiences. You don't get no references. Fucking twats. There is more of this, but do you really want to fucking hear it? That's the question. And then, do you? Fucking, you got the time, have you? You got the fucking time. I did have a letter actually come through recently, which I was a little bit annoyed about from the World Stand-Up Comedy Council. Have sent me a letter. Apparently, it's been noticed that I've got into my late 40s and I've failed to be performing a routine about having long testicles. So, under fear of exclusion of the group, I've had to write a long testicle routine, which I could perform for you now, but I don't know if it's really the time and place. But trust me, I've got loads on my balls. I really have. Can I go now?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the fabulous, long-testicled Cole Parker. And
Oh, I've got more. I forgot something. Never mind. Never mind.
You can do it in the green room.
Yeah, you can
Good
do
point.
it in the
Good point.
green room.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
All right.
But in the meantime, it's time for a vlog.
All right.
Hi, Krysstal here. This is my how not to do a vlog. Because last time I did it, I had a new setup and I couldn't have my glasses because my glasses got those things in it, you see, like that. And then I was a bit high, so you could see right up my nostrils, and I sort of did it with my nostrils. So don't do that. Right, so first of all, try and get, that's better. Try and get there, so you're not, and not so close, don't do so close, and don't get those funny things in your glasses. So I'm actually going to turn that off. There, I think that's enough light, isn't it? Yeah, so make sure you've got enough light. Oh, I've got me washing in the background. Never mind. Make sure the background hasn't got your washing in it, because that's a bit naff, isn't it? And keep it short. That's the other thing. Last time I did this thing and I was with my nostrils like that, and I spoke about 2 or 3 different things, and I mean, even I got bored listening to me, and you know, I'm riveting. So yeah, don't change something. I mean, people always ask me how I do my hair. You know, how do you get it to do that? And I say it's none of your fucking business. So, you know, don't go off on tangents, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. What else? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, the other thing is, all right, don't go out of shot and do that. And then if you've got too much light and one bit of your face is light, the other's dark, then you kind of wash out and then you move around too much. It's really disorientating, isn't it? So I'll do that. Turn that on. And yeah, decide what you want to say it, keep it short, don't move about too much, and get the camera in the right position, get the lighting right, remember your glasses and don't get funny things in your glasses, and just be short and sweet and amusing. Oh, I haven't done the last bit. I forgot about that. All right, never mind. See you later. Bye.
Krysstal's vlog. Yes. And before that, we had Cole on the talking about life on boats. You know, a lot of people are upset about the P&O, you know, sacking all those people. But you know, the thing about that is, you know, I know people are worried that P&O have sacked a load of you know, trained staff to replace them with agency workers, and they're worried about the, you know, the health and safety implications of that. But we mustn't confuse free enterprise with cutting corners, because you know, it's just not like that. I remember back in the 80s when P&O, you know, when their ferries were famous for their turnover. Good. So there we are. That was a joke, which is
went down like the
I didn't say
Titanic.
it very well, but never mind. Yeah, I think we can move on. Oh yeah, we have the headliner, don't we? Yes, that is, according to this, mad wrong.
So, I'd just like to start with a prayer, if you don't mind. If you'd all like to bow your heads. My father, he's in prison. Harold is his name. That crime he done when his time had come in the dock in courtroom 7. Give us this day our daily star. Give us our alibis as we forgive those who grass against us. Lead us not on a crime watch. Deliver us from beatings. For this is my manor, my lock-up, my boozer, forever and ever. Oi, oi. Now, as you can see, I'm locked down again. You lot have got to the end of that. But it's a bit of a shame because some of my buddies are missing. But there's been a few parole hearings and escape attempts since last time I was here. I'd like to just say thank you and congratulations to the following people. There was Cheesy Rick. He grew up in Philadelphia. We had Spider-Man. Someone caught him buying 4 pairs of jeans at once. Lights Out Larry, he sleeps closest to the door. Blind Father Patrick, perfect eyesight, just can't see his kids anymore. Baldrick, no cunning plan, he's bald and his name's Rick. And then there's Wayne Bruce, we call him Man Bat. So I'm pretty fed up with the the English language as it is. A lot of people don't speak English properly like what I does. And did you know we still use Latin to describe animals? Nobody needs 38 different types of mouse. And I'm fed up with the nonsification of the English language. For instance, this sentence is fairly simple. I was tickled pink when a golden retriever jumped and caught an orange frisbee. But if Farrow and Ball got involved, it would be like this. I was tickled fruitful when a babouche retriever jumped and caught a Charlotte's Lock frisbee. The research for that cost me 520 quid. So a few years ago, I got food poisoning when I stayed in a French castle, chateau. We went over there for a smoking holiday. I say holiday, it was more of a long weekend. Angela made us wander around Paris until we got blistered feet. That's a delicacy over there. But this year, we're going back to Torremolinos. I've been in my local, drinking 15 pints a night, making myself beach bar ready. And I'm going to be in the Dog and Duck in Torremolinos, propping the bar up while Angela sits on a deck chair, turning herself from pale powder to setting plaster and eventually radicchio. I think I'd love her no matter what shade of orange she is. But my only problem is the breakfast. It's not very good over there, is it? Spanish eggs are all right, no problem. Spanish mushrooms are okay. Baked beans are okay. But the bacon's never quite right, is it? Spanish pigs are obviously not as good as the British ones from Denmark. But to be honest, I can't see the point in going on holiday. It costs 200 quid to fly somewhere, costs 500 quid for the accommodation. I mean, the cigarettes are cheaper and it might only be £2 a pint, but you're not going to make up 700 quid in a fortnight. But there we go. Recently, I had to move pubs. The old one got refurbished. And well, when I say refurbished, I mean they've put a red mat in the toilet that makes it smell of mangoes. Well, everyone knows a toilet should smell of where a man goes. When I was younger, the weather was a lot worse than it is now. It would rain cats or dogs and be cold enough to freeze the balls off a brass monkey. And what is it now? Now it's 10 minutes of wind with a girl's name. And people don't understand simple maths. A monkey is £500. A lady Godiva is a fiver. If you divide a monkey by a lady, you get 100. And just remember, a lady goes into a monkey, but a monkey must never go into a lady. So last week, Andrew and I were having a bit of a chat, and she turned to me and she said, Ron, she said, if a second-hand car salesman was to look at you, he'd describe you like this. Clapped out old banger. Too many miles on the clock. Damaged bodywork. Needs a lot of choke to get started, but still constantly stalls. Makes strange noises and produces toxic emissions. Well, I wasn't happy, was I? I may have overreacted. I said, Angela, if an estate agent was to describe you, she would just say something like this. Compact, quirky, light and airy, with unique features in need of some cosmetic improvement. Boasting exposed beams, having recently been extended by the current owner to give a wonderfully flowing entertainment space. Mature gardens front and rear. Well, she thought I was in the wrong. I thought she was in the wrong. So as a compromise, we both slept in the spare room. I've been Mad Ron, signing off from Wandsworth. See you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mad Ron. And Mad Ron made the mistake of mentioning Torremolinos.
Yeah.
Hang on. Now, if you Christmas time of year, you think about friends, relatives, people you haven't seen for a whole year, and you think, fuck 'em, I'm going on holiday. And if you live in England, you go somewhere nice and warm and sunny with sand and beaches and palm trees and Babel, somewhere like Ramsgate. And if you can't get in there, you'll probably end up going abroad. And if you do go abroad, it's very important to remember that, especially if you go to Europe, especially nowadays, all you've got to do, whichever country you visit, is just speak a tiny bit of the language. No good just fucking shouting at them. They don't like it. Anybody speak Spanish? What, all of you? Oh, great! In Spanish, that means hello. I'm from England. I'm a fucking idiot.
Where's the fucking pub? That's what I mean.
What?
Where's the fucking pub? That's what I mean.
Hang on, sorry, I mistranslated.
Yeah.
In Spanish, that means hello. I'm from England. Where's the fucking pub? By the way, I'm a fucking idiot.
I think that's already implied.
Thanks. Can you stop using big words?
Oh, sorry.
We had some fun at
The disco they run at the Hotel Torres Molinos.
We ain't got time for nagging, cause we're too busy shagging at the Hotel Torres Molinos.
We was pissed on the plane, we got pissed again at the Hotel Torres Molinos.
And we ain't been fucking sober since the moment we came over to the Hotel Torres Molinos. Spanish bit.
And
Krysstal, tap dancing, sitting down.
no, I'm tapas dancing.
Tapas dancing, yeah, that's what I said.
Oh. You should have seen the punch up.
When I went and brought me lunch up at the Hotel Torres Molinos.
I told him it's not cool
To vomit in the pool at the Hotel Torres Molinos. We sat and watched the swimmers do the breaststroke through me dinner at the Hotel Torres Molinos.
They all jumped in the showers
I stayed in there for hours at the Hotel Torres Molinos. Chorus, T-O-R-R-E-S-M Molinos. We go there every year, you must have seen us. We get pissed and then we flash some peanuts. We try to do the best we can, show that we are Englishmen, over here to represent our country and our countrymen in T-O-R-R fucking Molinos. Is that it?
That's it, it's time for roll call now.
La 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 la. Ladies and gentlemen, roll call. Roll call is going to be very short this week because I'm going to be highly professional. Ladies and gentlemen, the very first thing that you saw was Alex Meerkat, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Meerkat, who's is forbidden.
Yes.
The forbidden Alex Meerkat. And he was followed by the unforbidden Robert White, ladies and gentlemen.
My hair was
And he was followed by
the hairdresser together, and I've had to buy a dog and a bite so I can go walking at night in the park dressed in leather. So it was quite a relief, I can say, when she caught me out just today with the neighbour in the back of his truck. She said she'd known what was going on, and she'd known all along. I was meeting men so I could have a friend. It's nice to see you're fitting in and meeting the neighbour and fixing his truck and doing the garden, going to church. I like you coming to church now, and you know your hair looks lovely. It's nice. You've just got a friend. You're fitting in all these men. You've just got lots of friends.
That was him. That was him, ladies and gentlemen. Robert White.
Why are you not in the stream?
Robert White. Robert White. Am I in the
Robert
stream
White.
yet?
You're in the
Robert
stream.
White. I'll just
Please,
keep chatting
Robert.
Robert White until I'm in the stream.
You're in the
Robert
stream.
White, ladies and gentlemen. And he was followed by Patton Math. Patton Math.
I was showing them again as well, mate.
What? Yeah, well, you can if you like. You don't have to.
I was just
if
getting rid of the
too much of an effort, you don't have to.
I don't know
You don't
what
have to bother.
There they are.
There they are.
Hi, Sean.
That's him, isn't it?
Catherine,
Yeah.
hello, and hey girls, I'm appealing. It's a peeler. Welcome to 2 Minutes of Pattern Math. Catherine, ask me anything.
Which do you prefer, Sean? Blankets or duvets?
I'm quite a spiritual person, Catherine, so I'm going to say duvets, because the word duvet comes from a French word meaning feathers or down, and that's basically the Bible, isn't it? That's basically the story of Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
God wants us to have duvets.
I mean, he wouldn't have made them if he didn't want us to have them. And also, you know, when I lie under my duvet just for days on end, I'm quite down. Yeah. So that must be what the French meant.
That's the spiritual message. That's basically the story of Jesus.
Yeah, they're very wise people, weren't they, the French?
And the Jesus people.
Yeah. See, I'd have gone for blankets.
Oh.
Because I do like the layered look. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've got 3 layers on right now. I'm a big fan of them. You know.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You've made it work, yeah.
Yeah. Not as thick as a duvet either.
No. And I was going to say more absorbent than a duvet, but actually, I think that's towels.
Yeah. Do you sleep under towels?
No.
Okay, that's good, because we'd all think that you're a real loser if you did.
Ladies and gentlemen, there was Patton Math. La 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 la. Very sanitary humour. That's what we want here. Sanitary humour. And ladies and gentlemen, talking of sanitation, the one and only Mr. Dickie Dido, Plumber to the stars. Tell us a sanitation joke.
Sanitation joke.
Congratulations.
Quick way, you know, when the jokes are appearing thick and fast in my mind, you think I'd be prepared, Brain, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's like, don't worry, we're not prepared either. It's okay.
No. But I am suitably stoned, though, so, you know.
That's I must talk to you about our shower later, because Krysstal's been worrying all day because we've got leaks coming. We need roofers and plumbers here. That's all we need. She's been on about fucking water all day. So she said,
we've had months of leaking.
Yeah.
Our tap fitting doesn't work. You can't put the bath on.
And I fix it every time, don't I?
And I had a shower today. It was squirting out on the windowsill.
Well, there you go. You see, you need a professional.
You know what
I mean? When Brian says
professional, yeah.
Well, Brian says he fixes it every time. Obviously, he doesn't fix it every time, does he?
But it fixes everything with gaffer tape.
I fix everything 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, well, because you fix it with gaffer tape. I mean, gaffer tape's good, but it can't fix
I used to have a Cortina that the right wing was held on completely by gaffer tape, but cleverly I sprayed it over with the same colour as the other side, and the police never noticed.
I had an old Toyota Corolla, I had a Toyota Corolla that had lots of rust in it, so I got I cut up an ice cream container, and then I got some putty, and most of the back rear bit of the car was putty and an ice cream container, and then I painted it over, and that got through the equivalent of MOT in Australia, the registration.
There we are, a little motoring anecdote. I drove along after a gig with my exhaust pipe in the back of the car, and the noise was fucking tremendous. And then we came over Westway, I came over Westway, and I thought, oh, fuck me, police, the police trap right there, just pulling people in. So I took my foot off the pedal and I came down like that, quietly, and I got as far away as I cruised as far as I could, and I escaped. Another motoring anecdote. Oh, it's amazing what these shows turn up. Hang on, I think Al's got something to say.
Yeah, I used to, back in the day, I used to have a Dodge 50 truck, and one night about 2 o'clock in the morning, in the Brecon Beacons, the exhaust snapped in two. And I fixed it with a Coke can and a coat hanger at the side of the road. Yeah,
that's how I fixed our shower.
Yeah, just wrap the Coke can around it and a coat hanger, and gun gum.
Oh, well, we miss those days, don't we? We miss them days because these young kids, they get these cars. There's no rust.
I've driven along with it. My exhaust pipe. I've used a bandage on it. Because I didn't know about gum. Anyway, gum.
So continuing the roll call.
Where are we? We've just come over the hill.
Dickie, and then Al.
Dickie Dido, and if you thought, well, nothing could beat Dickie Dido, fuck me, Al Mandolino turns up, having wasted a career as an artist to produce fucking Cohen's teeth. What's his name?
Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen's
some
teeth.
rabbit.
Hey, I'm going for a piss while you talk about this.
Rabbit.
Right?
For a piss in the middle of a roll call.
Yeah, but it rhymes. Keep going. I'm going for a piss while you talk about this. It's all right. You can talk about that. And I'll come back.
No.
Well, you can do it. You want
Shall I continue with the roll call?
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll never get through it. So after that, we had a video of the two bees. We don't need to re-invite them. And then we had Cole Parker.
Here he is.
Here he is. What was the bit you forgot?
There was loads of bits. I just kind of was scribbling down all my notes I was going to do. I nearly sent you a video of my PG show. I actually do a PG show to little kids. I know.
You have to be worried down. I
was going to send you some groundbreaking cat and dog material.
It's fucking pear-shaped. We don't want kid stuff.
It's not for kids necessarily. It's just got to be that, so you can't get sued if kids happen to be there. Do you know what I mean? It leaves a lot open.
Yeah.
And trust me, mine is the darkest in the fleet. There's a lot of death and violence in there, but that's America. You can put on like any TV channel on during the day and see like an 18 movie where they bleeped out all the swearing but left the violence intact. That's like not the bad bit. So that's how my PG show works.
Interestingly, a friend of mine opened. They didn't know there was children in the audience, and they were a comedy band. And the rest will be remain nameless. And they opened this family show with the song, and it started. You don't have to be. You don't have to fuck your mother to be a motherfucker. Was the first opening line. So,
I've seen it done. I've seen comedians that have like been traveling for 24 hours. They've had flights delayed. They've had to only just made getting on the ship. They've had to go to a ship meeting. They've had to go to a safety meeting, and they're on stage, and like they're all of a, I don't know what's happening. The guy that brings him on stage is a comedy club host, who's some 20-year-old who also works in the fun squad, who doesn't know anything. He says, "Okay, here's the exits. Please no recording. Keep laughter to the maximum. Please welcome." And so you go on cold, and then some poor fucker. I've seen comedians do it on PG shows. Run up on stage and go, "Good evening, motherfuckers." They're saying it. They see the kids
the best thing in the world. I love it.
I've seen it done.
When did like gigs in East End pubs or whatever, and someone would have brought their children, and they look at you like there's something wrong with you for swearing.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you that it's 10 o'clock in the evening and you've got a fucking child here.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Anyway.
So, just finishing the roll call, we had our headline act, Mad Ron.
Mad Ron, ladies and gentlemen, Mad Ron.
Got to take the sniffer dog home for the weekend.
Oh, that's nice. Look.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, nice. Is that a poodle?
No.
Right, so that was Pear Shaped, so let's end the show.
Well, that was what a marvellous show. I must say, I really enjoyed it. I thought everybody was absolutely hilarious.
But I can see you enjoyed something, yes.
In fact, I'm so happy that I would actually like to pay something.
Yes,
but I don't know. I don't know where to start. Actually, normally I have a little man who deals with the money for me, but he got in a fit of laughing and he seems to have disappeared somewhere.
I know how to do it.
So, how do I pay?
Scan the QR code or follow the link.
Well, that was Pear-Shaped in Dystopia. Wednesday night at 8:30, once a month. Pear-Shaped, and we hope you thought the show was really great. Pear-Shaped, if the comics made you grin, feel free to chuck a fiver in the bin.
Or 10 or more.
Pear-Shaped in Dystopia. Wednesday night at 8:30. When does it run?
Oh my goodness, this is silly idea.
Wednesday night at 8:30. When does it run?
Oh my goodness, this is silly idea.
Wednesday night at 8:30. When does it run?
Oh my goodness, this is silly idea.
Wednesday night at 8:30. When does it run?
Oh my goodness, this is silly idea.
Oh, there you go. I don't know what night it's on. Is it on Wednesdays?
No.
You know this Will Smith thing. John Fleming, he in his blog this week, he said somebody said, "Oh, if you think the Will Smith thing was a big deal," he said you should have been there when Jerry Sadovich did the Montreal Comedy Festival. It came out. And he said, "Hello, most fuckers."
Yeah.
He said, "I hate Canada. You know why?" He said, "Half of them speak French and the other half fucking let them." So somebody came up and knocked him out.
Who knocked him out?
So, somebody
Someone from the audience.
knocked him out.
Wow.
But somebody also told Malcolm Hardy. They said, "Oh, they love observational comedy here." And Malcolm came out, and his first joke was, he said, "You know when you stick a carrot up your arse, it tastes like shit, doesn't it?"
So, we're still broadcasting, by the way.
Sorry about that then.
No, that's fine. Just don't
Take the carrot out of your arse, Cole.
So, yeah.
Do you want some more light in here? It's a little bit gloomy, Ryan. Even though outside it's really hot.
It is slightly. Wait, can we go full screen?
Trust me, mate, nothing's going to improve that video of yours.
We can see
Nothing,
that.
believe it or not.
Oh, really? Mr. Vic Miller closer? Yeah? You want to give me some stick?
If you're going to steal someone's joke, tell
Should
them
be
who's
in one of the greats there. Next week, Roy Walker. After that, Charlie Drake. We're going to do them all.
And Chubby Brown. My favourite Chubby Brown joke was, I did a gig last night at the TUC Club. It said, named after the committee, 10 useless cunts.
That's one of his better ones, to be fair.
I know that. Well, he wrote the material for all the other comedians at the time, so, there you go.
Was it?
Yeah. Great joke, writer.
We can stop.
Huh?
I said we can stop broadcasting now, Brian. We go on for about 10
I want to know, Anthony, are you growing it out? What are you doing with that? What's happening with that?
Don't mention his hair, you'll get a slap.
You look like you've got those, those hats that kids have with ears.
Yeah, those little
Like
Mickey
you're
Mouse,
getting
Minnie
ears.
Mouse hats.
I've had other things. I've been too intellectual to get it.
Is that what it is? Really?
It doesn't really matter what I look like.
No, don't get all defensive. I know. Come on, it's just sweet. You don't. It's a unique look. That's all.
It's lovely. It's sexy. I had a wank in this time.
When I get evil, as she calls them, then I turn evil.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Don't turn evil.
Have you tried Grecian 2000?
A little bit more.
I have.
See,
I use those black colours with my hair.
Will Smith, it went over your head.
I thought what was funny was I went out the night it happened because like everyone heard about it on the ships. It was all over the boat, like about the Oscars. And I went out on stage and I pretended I was on Will Smith's side. And I said, to be fair to Will Smith, I was at a comedy club last week, and I was there. And the comedian on stage, right, he made fun of my wife in front of a live audience, right? And hang on. Oh no, that was me, wasn't it? Oh, it's fine then. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. Yeah, and they laughed. They all laughed at me when I did that.
Did they? Not here though.
They did, no, not here. Not here. It tanked here. It fucking Jesus! I can't believe I put effort into that. I'm not even getting paid for this, you know. Just fucking do it.
I'm enjoying the profile.
None of us are getting paid.
The profile.
Ron, you stay exactly where you are. You look like you're doing your new disabled act. Are you trying to get on BBC?
You've lost an arm.
You've lost an arm.
That's clever.
I've got the.
There you
the
go.
Dog, one of the dogs next to it.
Dog. Wow. Do you remember the original Superman series from like back in the 60s? And he'd always jump through a wall in every episode. He'd always have like those polystyrene bricks he'd always jump through. Do you remember the ones I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like that, isn't it?
Yeah. That's how I used to enter a room at a party.
What, through the wall?
Yeah, make an impression. No, big entrance. You have to leave through the window.
That's it.
There was a bit of help. Oh, that's better.
Yeah, look, that's a nice couch,
Two
Ron.
dogs.
Nice couch, yeah.
Me and Ron have got very similar dogs.
Yeah, we've got similar dogs when he.
Tappy, come on. Come and say hello to Ron.
There was a dude who was medevaced off the ship. I'd never seen that before. There was like they brought a helicopter out and brought like a heart attack victim off the ship at sea.
Yeah.
That was quite exciting. Yes.
Breaks up the journey a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. And one I actually overheard one of the passengers probably saying out of humour, said, "Oh, how much does that excursion cost?" I thought, bacon, mate. That's what it costs. A lot of bacon.
Well, maybe he get home.
Bankruptcy to look forward to, isn't it?
He might have got home and said, "I've had the best fucking trip of the lot of them."
Yeah.
I hope he lives.
That's
Big
what
Britain.
travel insurance pays for, isn't it?
Yeah, but he got to ride in a helicopter.
There's a massive death rate on ships. I never talk about it. It's huge.
Right.
It's huge.
You realise
Seriously.
they're probably watching you here now.
Yeah, well, you know, this is what. Well, there'll be one of our two viewers.
Everybody watches this show.
Not the retirees on a bloody cruiser.
No. Anyway, so there we are. How's it all going back over there? How's it going? Things looks like they're back to normal nearly, are they?
Oh, it's swimming over here, mate. Tell you, we're living the life of fucking luxury over here. You're suffering over there and all that sunshine and all that pussy. So, you know, not us, mate. Oh, I tell you what.
All that what? Sorry, what was that other thing? The last thing that I'm drowning
Coffee,
in?
you said.
Coffee.
Pussy.
Pussy, he said.
Pussy.
What a grotesque phrase to use.
Sorry, drowning in cock. I don't know, what do you fancy? Christ.
I've lost my libido a long time ago, mate. Seriously, I've like, I can't go on.
I've never played the game. Is that any good?
Cold down.
Tone me down a bit. I've got to. You've just got me toned down a bit now, Dickie. You guys
only because you're cracking You're crackling.
Am I? Sorry.
That's all.
I got in trouble on the ship as well. I got a written warning on the ship.
Yeah, mate.
How about this?
Yeah.
A written.
Is that better if I take him out?
Did you?
Perfect. Just
How
leave it on
about
the
that?
side.
Why?
All right.
You can't hear us now. This
I feel like I've upset Anthony
No.
now. He looks
Yeah.
really down and depressed. He looks really upset, and I want to
No,
apologise.
that's
to
his
Anthony.
normal expression.
Yeah.
It's just his
Right.
normal expression, like
Don't
mine.
worry, Will Smith's going to come round and give you a slap.
Yeah. He's got resting bitch face like I have.
No, that's
Anthony is always happier
Resting
than he
cunt
looks.
face, right? Okay.
Resting cunt face.
I always think Anthony should have his own column in the Guardian or something. Every time I read
agree.
one of his posts, I always think he should have at least 5 minutes a week on Radio 4 somewhere. Do you know what I mean? In the afternoon or some column. in the
I
Guardian
agree with
paper.
that. What I like about Anthony is most of his jokes I don't understand. I never have done, and that's and that was what made Pear Shape special. Was we had a bit of fucking intelligent comedy from Anthony, and we can do all the rude pussy stuff, you know.
So when are you going to do
Yeah,
the Pear Shape
I like the
Live
fact
again?
that when he delivers
Right.
stuff, he doesn't change his inflection. He keeps it all one monotone. So you have to really come to him to find out where the jokes are. Like there's no suggestion of where you need to listen or go up or down in tone. It's all
And the other thing I like
consistent.
about Anthony is he doesn't come bouncing onto the stage. Hey guys, how you going? Oh, lots of laugh, innit? Hey, oh, you know. So that's what
Gives
that's the
you how
kind
it
of
is.
stuff I like.
Right, hang on. Ron was trying to ask you something.
Yeah, he was.
about
Yes.
3
Go on,
minutes
Ron.
When are you
ago.
going to do Pear Shape Live again then?
Never.
And then we do
well,
it in Australia.
We might do it in Australia. We're moving to Australia in September.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Around
Congratulations.
Sydney-ish. Yeah. I promised 20 years ago that we were going to go and live in Australia, and I've got no fucking choice now. We're going whether I like it or not.
I'm calling in for a visit.
Congratulations. You'll have a great time. It's brilliant.
Yeah. It's a great place, you know.
We can still do Pear Shaped in Dystopia.
Yeah, because we'll get the Australian viewers on board, won't we?
Get the Australian, comics.
It can be pear-shaped in international dystopia.
Yeah.
We'll do something. We'll find some way of...
International pear-shaped, yeah.
Yeah.
So you say you're moving to Sydney. Whereabouts?
Don't know yet.
You haven't
I
decided.
don't know. We'll have to.
A good friend of mine called Pixie Jenkins is moving to Sydney.
All right. Well, we're going to be staying... Where's
What? Hang
where
on.
are the
Pixie
Willies?
Jenkins?
Yeah.
Pixie Jenkins?
That's a funny name for a bloke.
Yeah, no, that's a made-up name, though, isn't it? Like, it's not how he signs his checks. That's not. Who's Pixie Jenkins? It's a real
Pixie
entity.
Jenkins is
Tell me about Pixie.
a fabulous fiddle player. He's
What
played
did
with all the greats.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Mushroom, did he?
Where's he go? Is he going to Sydney? We're going to need a fiddle player.
There you go. You give him a shout. He's genius. You check him out on YouTube.
Yeah. All right. We'll do
He's a
that.
good comedian as well.
Pixie Jenkins. Look at what a hookup.
Well, we've got a band here. They're actually all comedians one way or another, and they're all fucking extremely odd. And the odder they are, the more we like it. So we're going to have to do the same thing over there, and there's festivals and things we can do. So, you know.
Well, I'll be.
We'll get
I'll
by.
be over. I'll be over there next year.
Right.
Plumbing done.
Okay, you can be on Pear Shaped in Sydney.
If we're going to do it live, yeah.
You know where's a nice venue?
Right,
just
I'm
outside
going
of Sydney.
to end
really suit you
broadcast.
guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Manly, little place just outside Sydney. Really a great venue for you guys.
Yeah, we've done the Manly boat
boat shed in
shed.
Manly.
That is part of Sydney. But yeah, we did the Manly. We've done it.
Yeah.
We did it just before we left last time we went in 2020 when we were on lockdown.
That'd be a great venue for Pear Shaped, that place.
Yeah, I don't think they'd
All
let
right.
us do Pear
See
Shaped
you
because
then.
they've already got.
No, they want professionals.
Yeah, because they already run it's already running a comedy night. I don't think they'd let us do
We
it.
did do Pear Shape many years ago in Sydney.
Yeah, we did.
At the East Village, and but we left 3 comics looking after it, 3 Aussie comics, and none of them could get used to the idea that it was a new act night. They're down there, there's somebody up on stage doing their 5 minutes, and they're down there going, the people running it are going, this bloke's shit. When we were there, I said that they're supposed to be shit when they come here. This is where they get better. This is where they find out how it works, you know. But and then we left 3 of them looking after it, and they all ended up fighting with each other and hating all the new acts. So it collapsed.
Okay, I'm going to end the broadcast.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody who's
Thank you.
watching.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, proper audience. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, real people.